Hi, Andre here for yourguitarworkshop.com. Just a few quick things before we get started on this tutorial. The first thing would be that the tablature and full lesson are already online. So if you're interested in those, then follow the links in the description and they'll take you right where you need to go. The other thing is that if you're enjoying these kinds of videos, these in-depth tutorials, then please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're having certain songs that you would like to see on this channel featured or certain bands, then please leave a message in the comments below or message me on Facebook. And having said that, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. All right, without further ado, let's get started on Sweet Child of Mine.
So we'll start with the main solo section. You've already seen the example at the beginning of the video. So now I'll just handle this phrase by phrase and let's see how it goes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so what do you play? You start off with a full tone bend on 17th position of the high E. Then go to 15 with your ring finger. Then you play 14 with your middle finger, then 15 again, make a pull off, and then 12 with your index finger. Like this, 3, 4, 3, 4. Then you play that 15th again with your ring finger to 14 middle finger. Then you play 15 again, make a pull off to middle finger 14 to 12, and then put your index finger in 11th and you play that. So like this, 3, 4. Then you play 12 with your middle finger. And then pinky plays 14. So up until there together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then you get the following riff. So what do? You make a pre-bend, full tone pre-bend on 15th, and then you release it. So like this. Then you play 12 with your index finger on the B. Then on the G, you do the same on the 14th fret with your ring finger, full tone pre-bend and release. To 12 with your index finger. Then index finger 11. Play 12 with your middle finger, pull off to 11, and then play index finger 9 on that G. Like this, 3, 4. Then you play the following thing. So what do you play there? You play 11 with your middle finger, to ring finger 12, to index finger 10 on the B, to ring finger 13 on the B also, and then middle finger 12, so like this. Then ring finger 13, pull off to 12, and then 10 with your index finger. So like this. Then you make a full tone bend on 13 with your ring finger. And then with that pre-bend that you now have, you play it once more and you release it immediately like this. And you play 12 with your middle finger twice. So let's try from the start and up until there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Then you get what you do is you play 12 on the B and you make a bend and a release to 10 with your index finger, then a full tone bend on 15 of the high E. And then you play 50 natural. It's like this. So those are the first 8 bars. So let's try to play those 8 bars together. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to the next 8 bars, and there you play the following thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your index finger in 7th position on the B, and you make a semitone bend and release. And then you play 9 with your ring finger on the G. Like that. So do that once more. Then you make a semitone bend on the 8th of the G with your middle finger. And then you play 8 just as is. And then you slide it to 11. Like this. So up until there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you get the following lick. So what do? You make a semitone bend and release on 11th of the G to 9 on the G with your index finger. Then you make a semitone bend on the 9th of the D to natural to middle finger 10 on that D. And then you make sort of a slide towards 9th of the G, like this. So up until there together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get the following thing, 3, 4. So what do? You make that 7th with your index finger on the B. And you do that bend and release, semitone bend. Then ring finger 9 on the G. Then 8th with your middle finger, semitone bend. Then play 8 natural, and then slide towards 11th. Then you play a full tone bend on 9 with your ring finger on that G, and then you play 9 as is, like that. So like this, 3, 4. And then when you play that 9 natural, that's actually when pretty much, or just before when the second part of the solo comes in, which is with the wah pedal. So then we switch to our rear humbucker, so bridge humbucker. and turn on the wah pedal. So let's play the last 8 bars of the first section. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. All right, now for that second section in that main solo. Let me play it. I mean, you've seen the example in the beginning of the video, so let me play the first 2 bars of that second section, which is sort of a build up towards that section, actually. Let me play them for you first, slowly, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what we're using here is E harmonic minor scale, right? So what do? You start off with middle finger and 8th on the G, then 9 with your ring finger, then 7 on the B with your next finger, like this. Then you play 8th with your middle finger and make a pull off back to 9 on the G with your ring finger, like this. Then 7 on the B, then 10 with your pinky on the B, and then I slide towards 12, so like this. 2, 3, 4. Then you play 8th with your index finger on the E, to 12 with your pinky on the B, then 11 with your ring finger on the E, and then back to pinky 12 on the B, so like this. 3, 4. Then you play index finger 8th on that E, high E, to ring finger 11, to pinky 12, and then you slide towards 14 with that pinky, like this. Then you play 11 with your index finger, to middle finger 12, to pinky 14, slide to 15. So like this. 3, 4. Then you play 12 with your index finger, to ring finger 14, and then pinky 15, to ring finger 14, make a pull off to 12, then pinky plays B in 15th, then ring finger 14 on that E, to index finger 11, then index finger 12, then ring finger or middle finger 14 on that E, make a pull off like this, then 15 again, to 12 on the E, so that 15 was on the B, sorry. Then you get a bend and release on 15th on the B, to a pull off to 12 on that B with your index finger, and then followed by a full tone bend on 15. So together, slowly, 3, 4. All right, now we've really landed into the main solo section, or the second part of it anyway. And let me play the first licks for you first, and then we'll get into how to play those on the guitar. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do? You have 2 full tone bends on 15. Then you get a full tone bend on 15 and a release. Then you get a pull off to 12. And then you play 14 on the G with your middle finger, like this. So that first bar, 3, 4. Then in the next bar, you play that 15 also 2 times with a bend, full tone. Then you get a pre-bend now, release, pull off to 12, and then play 14 with your middle finger on the G. So those 2 bars together, 3, 4. All right, so now the next licks. What do? You play 17th position with your ring finger, and you play a full tone bend twice. And then the third time, he sort of probably accidentally, sort of also with his middle finger, frets 16th position on the G. So you get sort of a screamy effect. So you can either choose to include that or not. So we have 2 of those 17th note bends. So then in the next bar, you also start with a full tone bend on 17th. Then you just fret pinky 18th while you're still having that bend. And then you make another bend on 17th. Like. Then you make a bend and a release on 17th. And then pull off to 15. And then you sort of make a hammer on from 15 to 17. And that's sort of a grace note, that 15th. So those 2 bars 3 and 4 of the main solo section, number 2, 3, 4. Then the next lick is played like this. Here we go. What do? You play a full tone bend. And you bend it up slowly. Then 12 with your, that's on 15 of the B. Then 12 on the high E with your index finger. Then 15 ring finger on the B. To 12 on the B with your index finger. Like this. Then a semitone bend on 14 of the G with your ring finger. And then you release it. And then after that, you get 12th position on that G with your index finger. Then you play 14, full tone bend and release. So like this. To pull off 12 with your index finger. Back to 14 with your ring finger. Like this. So the start of that phrase, here we go. 1, 2. All right, now for the next phrase. I'll play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. So what do you play? You start on the 4th beat, and you play 12 with your index finger on the G. Full bend on 14 with your ring finger. Then you play 12, 14, 12 with index, ring, index, like this. 1, 2, 3. And then you get a series of bends. So you play full tone bend on 14. Hold it and play 15 on the B with your pinky. And you do that 6 times. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th time, you make that bend and a release and a pull off to 12 to ring finger 14 on the D. So like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you play 14th position with your ring finger on the G. Pull up to 12th. And then you play 14th with your ring finger twice on the D. And you play that palm muted. And then you play 12th with a semitone bend. So like this. 1, 2, 3. And you end with ring finger 14 on the D, pull up to 12, and then back to ring finger. Then the next short phrase goes like this. 1, 2, 3. So what do? You play that 14th palm muted 2 times with your ring finger on the D string. Then index finger 12 on the G. Hammer on with ring finger in 14. Pull off. Back to 14 on the D with your ring finger. Like this. And then you play that semitone bend again on the 12th with your index finger on the G. To 14, 12 with a pull off on the D string, back to 14. So like this. 1, 2, 3. Then you play that once more. But then you stop here. So in total, that would be 1, 2, 3. And then we move into the next phrase that we'll get to next. Let's try to recap bars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So up until here, from the start of the solo section with those bends on 15th position. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, then we go to the next phrase. I'll play it for you, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. 3, 4. So what do you play? You start on 12th with your index finger on the G. You play it twice. Then 14 on the D with your ring finger. Pull up to 12 with your index finger. Like this. Then you play 14th on the G twice. Pull up to 12 with your index finger. Back to 14 with your ring finger. Like this. Then you play 12 twice on the B string with your index finger. Then 14 on the G with your ring finger. Pull up to index finger 12. Like that. Then pinky 15th, play it twice on the B, pull off, and then 14 on the G with your ring finger. So that first bar like this, 3, 4. Then 12th position on the high E, twice, then ring finger 15 on the B. Pull off to 12 with your index finger. Then you play 15th on the E twice, pull off to 12th to 15 on the B with your ring finger. And then you play 15 with your ring finger on the E, and then the same 14. Then you play 15 on the B string towards 12th of the E. So it's like, so it's pretty quick. And I just push through with my flat pick. And then I play 15th on the E with my ring finger, pull off to 12, and the ring finger is 15 on the B. So that second bar goes like this, 3, 4. And then in the next bar, you push it up full tone. So those two bars together, that phrase, 3, 4. All right, now for the next phrase, I'll play it for you first, and then we'll get into how to play that on the guitar. Here we go. So what do you play? Start off with a bend on 15th of the B, then index finger 12 on the E, then 15 on the B with your pinky, pull up to 12 on your index finger, and then 14 ring finger G, like this. And you pull that up, like this. Then you play 12 on the B, and then 12 on the high E, like this. 3, 4. Then you play 15 on the B with your pinky, and then 12 to index finger on that B. Right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get pretty much the same thing. So you get again 15 bend, then 12. So that 12 to 15 to 12 to 14 with a bend. So like this, 3, 4. Then you get again that 12 on the high E with your index finger, then pinky 15 B, pull off to index finger on 12th, and then again 15 full bend on B, like this. Then you get again that 12, 15, pull off, 14 with a bend. So until there, together, slowly, 3, 4. All right, now starting on this bend on 14 with the ring finger on the G, you get again that 12 on the high E with your index finger to 15 with your pinky to index finger, pull off 12. Like this. And then you do again 15 with your ring finger full bend on the B, and then to 12 high E, like this. Then you get 15 with your pinky, pull off to 12, and then play a full tone bend on 14, like this. After that, you play 12 on high E, then pinky 15, pull off, and then full bend on 15. That's all on the high E. I understand this is tricky, so starting on that 14, that bend on 14 on the G, I will make a marker in the tab so you see where I'm at. So 3, 4. Once more. 3, 4. And now the entire phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what you can hear is that even though there's a lot of similar lines in this phrase, it's the rhythm that sort of does it, right? So the bends on 14 and 15 sometimes shift from where they're played in the bar. So that's something to check out. I played it slowly, practice it slowly, and then speed it up, and you'll get it, no doubt. 1, 2, 3. All right, so what do you play? I started on the last beat of the previous phrase, playing that 10, 15, pull off, 15 with a full bend, and then you sort of push through to 1.5 tone bend. So, and then you let it play it once more, and you pull down immediately, sort of like a grace note release bend. So like that. Play like this. Then you get the following part. So that's index finger 12 on the E, hammer on 15 with your ring finger and pull off like this. Then you play 15 on the B with your ring finger to 12 index finger E, back to that ring finger. So like this. Then on the next beat, you push that, you turn that into a bend. So you have that bend on 15, then 12 index finger high E, 15 B with your pinky, pull off to index finger on 12, and then bend and release full tone 14 on the G to 12. Like this. 1, 2, 3. Then full tone bend 14 on the G with your ring finger. Hold it. Play 15 with your pinky on the B. Like this. And then you get, after that 15, you play a full tone bend and release on 14 on the G with your ring finger. Pull off to 12 index finger. Then 14 ring finger D. And then 14, 12, pull off, ring finger to index finger on the G. And then ring finger 14 on the D. And then you play small bar on 12 on the B and G string. You slide it down. So slowly, starting on that fourth beat. 1, 2, 3.